Hey guys, welcome back to the Tuckered Mama podcast. This is the place where we talk about real mom life, the chaos, the joy, the exhaustion, and everything in between. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sammy Collins, your fellow Tuckered Mama, just trying to survive motherhood, one coffee, one snack request, and one mental breakdown in the pantry at a time. Today's episode is extra fun because we're kicking it off with a brand new segment on the podcast called 20 Questions with a Tuckered Mama. This segment is all about sharing honest, unfiltered experiences from moms in different seasons of motherhood. My goal is to create something that feels like you're sitting in a room with your mom friends right here, sharing the stuff people don't always talk about. The real feelings, the surprising mom moments, the things that make you laugh, that make you cry, or you Googled symptoms at 2 a.m. Each time we do this segment, we'll focus on a different stage of motherhood. And today we're starting with the very beginning with the pregnancy edition. Pregnancy can be so beautiful and so magical and also weird and uncomfortable, emotional, and honestly, sometimes just really hard. So today we're diving into 20 questions that cover cravings, fears, expectations, funny moments, and all the things no one warns you about. Whether you're currently pregnant, like my good friend here, Mary, thinking about having a baby, or just reminiscing on the wild chapter of life, I think you're going to feel very seen in this conversation today. So grab your coffee, go hide in the bathroom. If you need to, let's jump into our new segment today on the Tuckered Mama podcast, 20 Questions with the Tuckered Mama. This is the pregnancy edition, and this is my friend Mary right here.
Hi, I'm Mary.
This is Mary. She's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for over 2 years maybe now.
I think so. Because I started bringing my oldest to the library when he was like 6 months old.
Right.
And we met sometime.
Yes. And then I saw your whole pregnancy with your second.
Uh-huh.
And now here you are with your third.
Number 3.
Okay.
Not nervous at all.
No? I would be.
A little bit.
Okay. So I have come up with some questions for you. And I would love to have a real mom talk for the first time.
Let's do it.
Okay, so how different has this pregnancy been for you, being your third?
It's been very, I mean, they're all different, right?
Yeah.
So like my first one, I was still working full time and so relatively in shape.
Yeah.
In a different way than I am now. And I was 28 when I was pregnant with him.
Okay.
I'm 31 now on my third. All mine are like right together. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. So you're going to have 3 under 4?
Yeah.
By
3 and under.
By the third born.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, let's go. I'm just not going to sleep for 5 years.
When I first met you, that was always your plan anyways. You wanted a big family.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're right on track.
We're on track for that. So each one has been different.
So your first is a boy.
Yes.
Let's tell everybody. You have a boy.
Boy named Luke.
3
That's
years
my number
old.
1. Yeah, he's 3 now. Then a girl named Anna. And then I'm expecting another boy in May.
Name
TBD. TBD.
I'm going to spill the beans.
No, there are no beans.
Okay.
Names are hard. That's like one of the hardest parts.
Yeah. I went back and forth many times.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't want to tell anybody because you don't know if they're, going to steal your ideas or say something.
I love it. That's the first thing you think.
Oh,
like they're going to steal my ideas.
Yeah.
Like the same. That's my thought too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you don't like it. I just don't want you to take it.
Yeah. So this pregnancy compared to, let's talk about the first boy, like, do you feel different? Did you feel that it was going to be a boy this time?
This one, I was the least sure with this one. With Luke, I kind of thought I wanted a girl first, but then really felt like it was going to be a boy.
Okay.
And it was a boy.
Okay.
And then it ended up being great. And the second one felt like it was a girl, wanted a girl.
Okay.
She was a girl.
One of each. There you go.
Yeah. And then this one, I was very in between. Before we got pregnant, I kind of had this idea of like we're missing a boy.
Okay.
And like just in my head, I'm like, there's another boy that's supposed to be here.
Okay.
And so it's kind of cool that it worked out that way.
Yeah.
Like you never know. And like either one would have been amazing.
That's how I felt with my second. We waited. So we waited with my second born, Liam. We didn't find out his gender until he came out.
Which is, it's amazing.
I loved it.
Yeah.
With my first, we waited till 20 weeks. So really, like, I was already waiting with her, I felt like. And then because we waited till the gender reveal. Right. And then, both of my parents happened to be coming through Atlanta at the same time. They don't live here. So when they were coming to town, we were like, oh, well, we can find out at like 12 weeks, but let's wait and just do it when they're going to be here. Have a big, pop the bottle or whatever. Yeah. And so we waited till Liam was born, and
what's 20 more weeks?
Yeah. I was like, what's 20 more weeks, point? Yeah. And it was fun waiting for the suspense. Yeah. But, okay. So
I wanted to do that, but like I just couldn't.
It's hard.
It's hard to wait.
And then you get everybody around you like, oh, I can't believe you're doing it. And then it makes you like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. Like I'm gonna be strong. Okay, so what trimester? Okay, so that was question number 1. We had to get to know her a little bit. So
y'all
her
gonna hate me too because I never had nausea. I mean, I had some. Okay. I never threw up in my pregnancies. Oh, I had no morning sickness.
See,
so people will hate me for that.
Mine were a little different because I wasn't as sick with the boy, but the girl. That's true. Oh my god. Yeah. Holy moly. I don't know if, all the wise tales. You're sick, you have a girl, and then people say, oh, if you're sick, you have a boy. Like, it goes back and forth, but
I think it's true. I think the wives' tale is true.
I think your first pregnancy in general too just makes you sick. Your body's like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what's happening?
It's a big adjustment.
All right. So question number 2, guys, what trimester has been the hardest for you? You think? What trimester are you in right now?
Right now,
still in 2?
I think I'm in 2. This is my 3rd one. So I'm 27 weeks. Yeah. So whichever one
in May sometime.
Right. Like some later.
So that leads us into our questions. So you said you weren't sick with any of them.
Right. So first trimester was never really off. Like, I mean, I was always really tired in that first trimester. Yeah. And there was some nausea, but mostly just I had to make sure I was eating every couple hours. So nothing debilitating, which I'm really thankful for.
Well, the first trimester, if I'm thinking back now, was kind of fall, winter. You're getting into those like fun holidays coming up. So
lots of distractions.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think for me, the hardest one is the 3rd one. So I'm kind of like gearing up for that now.
Well, you're so like, you're waiting. You're like, okay, today's the day. Today's the day. And then you get to the due date and you're like, okay, tomorrow's it. We're doing this tomorrow, dude.
I always feel ginormous. By the time the 3rd trimester hits, I'm like, fit in nothing.
Yeah, you can't fit. You're uncomfortable. You can't sleep. Like
turning over,
tossing and turning.
Like an ordeal.
God. I remember like pacing in the middle of the night one time, just like, get out. I'm so tired of sleeping like this. Like, come on.
Get the pregnancy pillow. Just got another like a boyfriend.
Sleep with my pregnancy pillow. It's like my comfort now. I just got so used to it. And now my back hurts if I don't use a pregnancy pillow, like a hotel room or a family's house or something.
Like, oh, I just live with this now.
Oh, yeah. No, I've brought it on vacation before. Like, if it'll fit in my car, we'll put it in. What fears, question number 3, what fears did you or do you have like pre-birth, pre-baby?
I know with my first pregnancy, I didn't really think about my fears, probably on purpose. I just really shoved that down and tried to ignore it. With my second, I really intentionally, I did like a mother's blessing with Anna, which is like this whole ceremonial thing with just like your like closest like spiritual women in your life. And part of that was I wrote down every single fear that I had of like death, hemorrhage, postpartum depression, breastfeeding difficulties, having to go to the NICU, things like that. 'Cause my first ended up in the NICU. for a couple days because he didn't transition well, and I really didn't want that to happen again.
Yeah.
So the second time was almost more fearful.
When you have something traumatizing like that happen, it's like, okay, could this happen again? Could it be worse? Like, how do I avoid it? Can I avoid it?
Exactly. So, like, there were so many things I had written down, and then I put them all in a jar, and then I passed them around to this group of ladies, and they each pulled them out and like prayed over them, like out loud, all together. We went through the whole jar.
Oh my gosh, that needs to be something more common. Like, more people need to know about that. I never knew about that till right now.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing now.
Even if you aren't like super religious or super spiritual, like, it's still nice to have a gathering and tell people about it, whether they pray about it or you guys just talk about it.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
still a really great idea.
Being able to acknowledge them and really just face them, and for me, like, turning them over to God and saying like, okay, this is it. And I repeated it because my husband wasn't at the mother's blessing.
Okay.
Ladies only.
Okay.
No boys allowed.
All right.
But I did it with him later with his fears.
Oh, okay.
Just the two of us. And that helped so much too in preparing.
Were any of them the same?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, he was afraid I was going to die. Okay. And like, things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's the worst case scenario.
Right. But these things cross your mind.
Of course.
And your spouse, like, they don't want anything to happen to you. I mean, I remember my husband, Steve, just sitting there and he was like, what can I do? How can I help you? And it's like, you can get this baby out now. Like, I'm just in pain.
Can you do this for me?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. I just was sitting there, like, staring off into the distance at nothing and having tears roll down my face. You know, I was at Emory Hospital. I almost said Northside. I was at Emory Hospital, and the woman who was giving me the pain meds was in the room, and she's like, you've got about everything we can give you. And I'm like, this is not enough. It's not. Like, oh my God, I need more. And Steve is just standing there like, I don't know what to do, and they feel so helpless. I feel bad for them, but then you're like, all right, I'm the one doing this. So.
Right. You're like, in so many ways, it's about the mom and the baby and your experience, because it's your body and everything you're going through. But they're also seeing this person that they love more than anybody else in the world going through it. Yeah. Going through pain that they can't fix. Yeah. And trying to believe that pain is a good thing.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know about you with Joey, your husband, but Steve, if he can fix it, he's going to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's going to go out of his way to make me happy, to change my mood, to pick me up when I'm down. And when they can't do anything, it's just like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to break your hand. That's so hard. But so working through all those fears was tremendously helpful for my birth.
That's such a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally going to have to share that again with you guys. Like, that was so inspirational, really. Like, more people need to know about that. So
I love a mother's blessing. I've done one for one of my other friends that was delivering I guess last year. It's like that transformation that happens between not being a mom and becoming a mom, or being a mom and then you're going into this new phase of motherhood. Yeah. Like, for me, it was my second.
Having your firstborn, you have those fears even more. Like,
you have no idea what to expect.
Yeah. And you don't want to leave behind, your firstborn or anything like that. So,
Yep.
Totally get it. Totally valid. Do you have any fears this pregnancy? Are you doing that again, or? I'm
going to do it again.
Okay.
For sure. I don't really have, the same kind of fears, obviously.
Your health.
I want, my health to be stable. My mental health has been shakier this pregnancy.
Okay.
So I'm really praying against, I'm like a little fearful of that postpartum depression rearing up. For me, it usually happens like 8 months postpartum, not immediately.
Yeah.
So I got to keep
mine has been the same exact every time, postpartum depression, right around 7 months.
Yeah.
Like,
apparently there's a hormonal thing that happens around there. Okay. I learned.
Okay.
It's between 6 and 8 months.
Okay. Makes sense.
I don't know.
I did not even realize it with my firstborn until I met our friend Kylie, and we went to the little gym, And I was just like, oh my God, Steve, I made a friend today. Like, I'm not by myself. And, they start crawling and sitting up at 6 months. But the first 6 months, it's like, oh my God, this is so boring. What am I doing? To me, that's how I felt.
Right.
Like, roll over, do something. Like, start talking to me. Like, when are you going to do these things? Start eating. Like, I'm tired of nursing at this point.
Yeah.
You power through. But once they start crawling, it's like, wow. This is a person. Like, oh my gosh.
And for me, you hit 6 months and you start doing solids. And something in me was like, well, they're not going to need me anymore.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because we're not nursing anymore. Right. Or I didn't keep nursing, but it's different. Because they're like, that nursing triggers less in my brain.
Yeah. Like, Question number 4. So speaking of all these hard times, like what helps you on all those hard emotional days? Like with your stress or frustrations or your own like battles in your head, like what would you say helps you? Like, do you ask for that break or do you just need like a Taco Bell super bubbly Dr. Pepper like me? Like just sit in the car and scarf down your burrito by yourself. Like
the McDonald's large Sprite with the large fries usually.
Yeah. I'm a Dr. Pepper, but I will take a Sprite too. That large fry is so salty. Oh
and hot.
Yes.
The one on for you Tucker people. Levis, what is that? Lawrenceville Highway and Jimmy Carter.
Yes.
That one. Yeah. That McDonald's.
Okay.
That's my go-to.
By the Home Depot?
Yep. Across from the Home Depot. Mm-hmm. That's the one.
We hit that one up sometimes, but mostly we go to the one by the fire station. They're both so
sounds
good.
Really good. But
yeah, I know. Let's go get that after this.
Like, we're
still recording.
Like, never mind that it's quiet.
Yeah.
Usually what helps me the most is and I don't always ask for it. Actually, I probably never asked for it. But sometimes like I'll just have a friend reach out or like come over to the house with their kids or like want to meet up to walk. We've done that before. Yeah. We've met up to walk at the Greenway and it's like that helps me more than anything of just being able to talk to somebody. Yeah, that really helps the most. Like,
yeah, I think just having like someone to reach out to, someone who's in the same phase of parenthood as you. Like, even though you reach out to another mom, like me reaching out to my mom, that's not gonna make me feel better. That's not
right.
Like, no offense, but
my mom is good for a lot of things, but emotional support is not typically one of them.
Mine. My mom will just be like bare minimum comments, like, she'll check in, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I've had this, and this going on. She's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, appreciate it. Good talk. See you later. But someone who's in the same phase of life that you are, like in this toddlerhood or, I'm sure there are mom groups that have teenagers that they're dealing with all kinds of, we don't even know yet.
Yeah.
Because we're not at that phase, but it's just so nice. Yeah. I would say that is good for those hard days. So I'm so glad that we have our little mom community that we do. And all right, guys, what question? We are on question number 5. What kind of support do you wish you think you had more of? I know Joey, he's your right-hand man, he's best friend. Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Steve,
spoiled.
Yeah, I know.
That's another one nobody wants to hear. Like,
we don't want to tell you about our
really like my husband. He's really
yeah.
I don't have to make him any lists. But kind of like connected to that mom conversation of I have a lot of people in my life who are really good. Like I can call my mom and she'll like come see take the kids or my husband is great about like cooking and cleaning and like doing childcare, whatever.
Pitching in where he needs to. Yeah.
Jumping in, but the emotional support is probably where I've needed the most.
Okay.
And like struggled to find. I did start meeting with this older lady who specializes in like postpartum pregnancy and postpartum like coaching.
Okay.
I met her through my midwife and just having somebody like she just has a listening ear and she has the experience to like be able to point out like where my thoughts are going.
Okay.
And like why I might think the things that I do and believe the things that I do that aren't helpful. And just having someone to kind of say those really dark thoughts out loud, or like those really like, I actually believe this about myself thoughts out loud.
Or it's just like, yeah, like you said, someone to talk to that you maybe don't always feel comfy sharing with Joey, like those really deep thoughts. Of course, you share everything with your husband, just as I do, but sometimes you're like, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm like embarrassed sometimes to have certain thoughts, or like, I don't want to put these thoughts I'm thinking in his head and make him nervous.
You don't want to scare them.
Yeah.
Like,
or make them like worry more about you, because, you know, they're already worried about us all day. My husband's like, where are you going? Let me know. Like, just want to make sure you're safe. Did you get there? Like, so yeah.
And if they're fixers, it's like, I don't need to fix. I don't need you to fix.
Yeah, I just need you to listen and sit there, and but it's nice
maybe
to
ask some follow-up questions.
Yeah. It's nice to have someone who is able to listen and then comment professionally, like where you need that redirection maybe, or that guidance.
Yeah. I was like sharing something with my husband, bless his heart. He was receiving it and he was like, well, I'm gonna go cook dinner. I was like, thank you, but also
listening is in one ear out the other. Okay.
No, bless his heart. I love him. He's great.
Well, maybe they don't know like what to say or the right thing, and they're digesting what you just said also.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And he's not a professional. He doesn't
exactly. And he's not a woman.
He's just a person, you know?
Women just, I don't know. I don't care what people say. Women think differently. They just analyze differently than everything, you know? Like, my husband, we went to a funeral yesterday and drove 3 hours to Valdosta and 3 hours back, all in one day.
That's a long day.
Steve, bless his heart, was like, we just need this diaper bag, right? And I'm over here like 4 bags in. I got the packet, like the pack and play just in case, you know.
All the water bottles.
Yeah, all the water bottles. I even took our like portable little high chair. I'm like, he's not going to sit. I have a 1-year-old and he's not going to sit in a regular chair and eat. He needs somewhere that he has a little table and he's strapped in because he's moving. Like, so we pretty much just brought like. One? Do I have which one?
That hiccup pop that looks like a little camp chair with the tray on it.
No, but we do have one that pops up like and it folds down easily.
I love them.
It's so easy to wipe down and take with you anywhere. But yeah, I'm like, we just brought like, you know, a third of our house with us. You never know. And who knows how long we were going to be there. Like, we, of course, he had to get back for work today. But yeah, you just like bring everything. And bless his heart, he was like, we just need a diaper bag, right? And I'm like,
I think there's a diaper and some wipes in the glove box. That should work, right?
I was like, well, I'm going to need a change of clothes for after the funeral. What if the kids poop themselves? Like, they're all going to need a change of clothes. Like,
they haven't pooped themselves in months, but they probably will.
Like, yeah,
exactly.
You might need a change of clothes.
I'll bring some extra shorts for you, honey. Yeah. Just in case.
And then we got down there, and I'm so glad we brought more clothes because the weather was super nice. So I like changed Lacey out into like a t-shirt and like just regular pants. I had her in 2 pairs of pants, a long sleeve shirt, and a sweater because up here it's so cold right now. Didn't need it.
You're prepared.
So next question, guys. There we go. I think that kind of leads into our next one. How has your husband been supportive during your pregnancies?
I mean, he's the best. He's the best. Yeah. He picks up all the slack because I have a lot of slack. I'm exhausted. I'm like,
it's expected though, and you have a pass. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't.
No, he does great. And, you know, he's never, even at the beginning of our marriage before we had kids, I had this idea of what it meant to be like the perfect wife, of like dinner on the table when he gets home and the house is always clean.
Have you seen that meme that's like when you open the door you get Betty Crocker,
right?
And then the other day you get like this ragged like, hey honey, how you doing?
Exactly.
Kids are in the back, you know, like
exactly. Now that's the reality. I had that Betty Crocker idea in my head, and he's like, honey, I don't expect that of you at all.
Yeah,
I like to come home and cook. Like, that helps me relax.
And it doesn't have to be every day, you know? Yeah. Like, some days you are that, and you have all this energy, and you feel great. And then other days you're like, I am so tired today. Exactly. And, yeah, the baby's been kicking me all day. And, yes, I peed 20 times today.
Oh, gosh.
3 of them were in my pants. Didn't even make it to the toilet. Like,
I tried. did our best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
really great with that. And I think another, like, a big one is how, like, vocal and appreciative he is of my pregnant body.
Oh, okay.
Because
you don't always feel confident,
right.
And then to hear that, it's like,
I'm like, who, me?
Yeah.
Me?
And
what are you talking
I
about?
think I read something somewhere too. Who knows where I read it or if it was someone who just posted it, but they were like, you know, something releases when you're pregnant that makes your husband's like drawn to you. Like, oh wow,
let's go.
Yeah, like I'm attracted to you. Let's, I don't care if you're pregnant. Let's do it. You know, like they just look at you like you're glowing, which you are.
Yeah.
And it just, it makes
so
you
reassuring.
feel better. Yeah. Because you're like, oh, all this extra weight. Like, I'm always hungry. Like, don't judge. Yes, I had 3 plates of dinner. I'm hungry.
I have that, like, Dwight Schrute in my head when Pam is pregnant. And she's like, Dwight, am I attractive right now? And he's like, you are the least attractive you've ever been right now. This is like, you've completed your biological objective, basically. He's so,
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't get you pregnant right now, so why would you be attractive? But so that goes in the back of my head. And then my husband is like, he's like, your body.
Yeah, he's like, hey, how you doing?
He's like, this is my favorite. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That's how
let's do some more.
Round 4, are you ready?
That's how you do it. I mean, there are any husbands listening?
Yeah.
If you want more babies,
you just
give your wife lots of compliments because she's pregnant. It will help.
Yeah, it's so funny. I love The Office. So I always think during like these postpartum moments and these pregnancy stories, my Office, since you went on an Office kick, is when Kevin is like, wah, wah, crying at Pam. Oh my He's like, I read somewhere if you cry at a nursing mom or something, that she starts leaking, her breasts start leaking, and I'm like,
he's just like making motions with
yes. And then I, had a baby, and then I heard the cry, and I was like, oh my God, Kevin was right. Like, it's true. I am.
So true.
Like,
the electric shock goes through. You're like, oh, okay, weird. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I think she's like, oh, we gotta go home.
Yeah. Okay. So, question number 7, right? Okay. So, did pregnancy change your relationship, or has it changed your relationship with your spouse? Not only pregnancy, but like parenthood. Has y'all's relationship changed?
For sure.
Yeah.
And like,
same.
On a fundamental level, no. Like, we're still best friends. We still like each other. Still in love, all of that. We've been married 9 years coming up in June this year. And we've been together since 2014. So we've been together forever. We've been through a lot together, outside of kids and parenthood.
So you've been together since 2014, and Luke was born in
2022. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We went through like 4 years of infertility. After we got married.
Okay.
That was a wild part of pregnancy too. That was
another podcast episode for another day.
What's that? Yeah, that definitely adds an angle on what pregnancies are like. But I think what's changed in our relationship is there has been more like seriousness. And me and him have talked about this a lot, of like, I don't feel like we have as much just like spontaneous fun as we used to.
Yeah.
Because there's so many more responsibilities.
Right.
And
there's always something to do, always something on the checklist. Like, they got to brush their teeth. Did they have dinner? What did they eat? Like, how many poops were today? Like, keeping track of all this stuff. It eats up your day.
It really eats up your day. We're like, what were we doing before we had kids? How were we using our time? I don't remember.
Yeah. Steve's like, what does a concert sound like? And I'm like,
exactly.
We're always at concerts. And we've been to maybe 4, which is a lot still, since Lacey was born, 3 years. But it's a lot. And I find that our, relationship has changed too. Like, we don't have that time just to hang out. And when we do, it's like, okay, we're both so exhausted. We're both sitting here. The TV's on the guide. Steve and I.
Just on the guide.
We have a running joke. And I'm like, oh, your favorite show's on, because we both will like try to find a show, look down at our phone, scroll, doom scroll, and then you look back up. It's like, oh, were you trying to watch something? Like, did you pick something? Like, we have a running joke.
Yep.
Your favorite show's on. It's The Guide, because it's just like background noise, and we're just doom scrolling instead of like talking to each other or watching a show. And then we can never put on our shows when the kids are around.
Right.
One, they're like not appropriate.
Right.
Or
Bridgerton after anything.
Yeah. Or you can't hear anything because they're always screaming.
It's
like, did you hear what they said? Rewind it. Okay.
It's like,
we've
what did
paused
you say?
it at 6 points. We've paused it 6 times. So like we're giving up.
Exactly.
It's time for bed anyways. Like wrap it up. So I think that's been not like a struggle, but a change for us. Like just having to adapt to a different type of schedule. And, it was hard when I first came home too, because I was like you, I was working in the schools. And then I cried the first August that I didn't go back to school, because I was like, oh my God, that first week of school is so fun. And, you meet all the new kids and it's exciting. And then now I'm at home and I have this baby and what am I doing? And so I think,
and you're just staring at them and you're like, what do I do with you? And
that was the same time that Lacey was about 7-8 months, because she was born in December. And I think that's when it was like, okay, I need to do something.
Yeah.
Like, this is my wake up call. Like this, I should not be crying over not going to work on the first day of school.
That's okay.
Like,
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to leave the workforce in that same, like, because I think culturally we tie so much of our value also to bringing in a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's like, it was really hard for me to adjust of like, how do I feel a sense of value and purpose?
Yes, I'm still struggling with that now. Hello, the podcast that I just started. I don't know where
this is a good idea. This is a good idea.
I don't know where it could go, but honestly, like I told Steve, I was like, even if this, doesn't, hopefully will be monetary at some point and make money, but if it doesn't, this is my diary to my kids.
Yeah.
Like I want them to grow up and look back on this like, oh wow, that was mom when we were doing this to her. Like, and now I'm a mom. Like Lacey, I hope she can reference back to these stories, or Anna, like looking back at this episode, like, wow, there's my mom when, she was just in her 30s.
She was young. She was before the silver hair took over.
Yeah.
No, I work part-time doing carpool pickups, and part of that I was like, one day I might feel like I can totally just feel my total value in being at home, being with my kids, but I'm not there yet. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do this job. It gives me a reason to leave the house, which helps with my mental health.
Yeah. Leaving the house, having a purpose, and having a schedule.
Interacting with people.
You feel, even though it might not be very much, you feel like, okay, I'm contributing.
Yes.
I'm helping. And my husband will, like, if he were here, he'd be hitting me over the head right now, because he always says, you do so much at home. Like, this is your job. Like, and I'm so thankful. Like, he spent like one day with them, like 4 hours with both of them, and was like, I don't know how you do it. Like, do you need help? Like, should we enroll them somewhere? And I'm like, you get on a routine and you get used to it, and you find things that work for you. And he's like, I don't know. Like, I don't think we could trade jobs. Like, I couldn't be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not. And it's not even easy to compare like a working mom either. Like, that's hard.
Yep.
You miss out on all this time and all these milestones with your kids. And then, yes, you're making money and providing, but like, you miss out on all this time. So
it feels like you can never win.
Yeah.
Like, there's always somebody who's going to say what you're doing isn't enough.
Yeah.
I'm just
or
like,
those people that are
whatever.
I remember someone one time made a comment to me when I was working at the schools. It was not the best environment for me, or I don't know, just these other older moms. I was definitely the youngest in the group.
They got everything to say.
Yes, they all already know everything because they've already had these kids, and that's how I feel sometimes, especially with my sister. I'm like, oh, you just got to do this. And she's like, wait, what? Because she has a baby too.
Yeah.
But she's younger, so I feel like a little bit, wiser. And so did these older women, so I don't fault them, and that's just how they were raised. But someone made a comment one time and was like, wait, you're not coming back to work? Like, you're just going to stay at home with the kids? Like, what are you going to do all day? And I'm like, now I look back and I'm like, yes, I'm so glad I chose and had the opportunity to stay home. And I'm so fortunate because of that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you know, have made different life choices and that this is what you choose and what works for your family, but don't come over here and judge me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come back and work next to you if you're talking to me like that.
Yeah, don't talk to me like that. Be nice.
It was just so unsupportive there. And I don't know. I made a couple of friends and I was there almost 4 years and it just wasn't a good fit for me. So even if I went back to work, it would not be probably back at that school.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I mean, staff up changes all the time.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
But question number 8, guys. What is one piece of pregnancy advice you're so glad that you followed? Because you get all kinds of advice, just like we were just talking, from all these older, wiser, you know, been there, done that kind of vibe, and people who have never even had kids, and then they want to give you advice, and it's like, they're like, I remember one time, this lady was like, "Oh, you can have a glass of wine a week." Yeah, it won't hurt the baby. You're fine. Ma'am. I'm like, thank you. I don't drink. Thank you. Right. like, yeah, take the ease off. Just have a glass of wine. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you. Yeah. Definitely seeing a chiropractor.
Oh, okay.
My chiropractor has been like, you don't have to be in pain your whole pregnancy. I think that's something that we get sold.
Yeah.
That like, oh, pregnancy is pain. Doesn't have to be. Like,
yeah.
With Anna, I had a lot of round ligament pain.
Okay.
And some pelvic girdle stuff. But my chiropractor, I was going to see her. She would work my belly, work my hips, work all the things. And I would leave there feeling so much better.
I don't think people know that you can go to the chiropractor when you're pregnant.
Yes.
Like, I don't feel like in my first pregnancy I would have known that unless someone told me.
Right.
And there's so many
I wouldn't have known either. Yeah.
Well, and you go to the doctor or you have, you know, yours comes to your house and stuff, but like so many things that people just assume you already know. And it's like, no, I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Like, explain it to me again. Like,
tell me why that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just recently I was having it's called like symphic pubic disorder or something. SPD is like the abbreviation. It's that joint that's on like the front of your pelvis where your pelvis comes together in the front. And that joint was just like blowing me up in pain, like turning over in bed, like any kind of like asymmetrical movements, like lunges, just like horrible pain. And I told my midwife and I told my chiropractor. And she was just like, all right, we're going to get in there. It's not going to feel good, but we're going to get in there. And she adjusted me.
Go away?
It went away.
Oh.
Like,
nice.
Immediately. And she gave me some exercises to do to strengthen the muscles around that area.
Okay.
And total relief. Okay. That's happened a few times in my experiences with chiropractors. Now, you want them to be Webster certified if you're pregnant. Okay. The lady I work with also, how I met her was working on my oldest because he had tongue ties.
Oh, okay.
And she adjusts infants also, which is very different than adult adjustments. You're not cracking your babies. It's very gentle movements and stuff.
But that fixed that too.
Yeah, it helped a lot.
Okay.
It helped a lot.
I think I went to the chiropractor like when I was in my bartending days, just constantly bending over and my back was hurting and carrying the, you know, the big racks of dishes and, you know, glasses and restocking. You're constantly bending down for ice. And I went to the chiropractor and it helped. And I did not with either one of my pregnancies go to the chiropractor. And I should have. Like, more people need to know about that.
It helps. It helps a lot. It's worth it.
Well, I also did not even know about pelvic therapy.
Yeah.
Like, I used to
That's
joke.
something people don't talk about enough.
No. That is like one thing that people, I think that's one of our questions probably coming up. What's something people didn't tell you about? Pelvic floor therapy. Like, I did not know about that. Liam just turned 1. Pee myself when I cough or sneeze, and it makes me so angry now. Like, I'm like, I have to go change. Like, my underwear is wet and my clothes. If I don't catch it fast enough, it's going to go to my pants. Like, I gotta take care of this.
And you have to stop everything you're doing.
Yes. Yeah. And I still have time. I'm telling myself, like,
Yeah.
I need to do more exercises
Mhm.
for it to fix it and strengthen it. But, like, nobody told me about that.
Right. In
So
other
I'm like,
countries, it's like part of your pregnant, like your prenatal care and your postpartum care
okay, see, I
is
did not know
like
that.
mandatory pelvic floor therapy, but not in our country.
No.
Of course.
They're like, fight for your life, figure it out.
Yeah, they're just like, do a Kegel and move on.
Yeah.
Like, that's not enough.
I remember sitting in my car and just like strengthening myself, like
Uh-huh.
doing the squeezing my glutes. Like, what is this helping? Is this how you do it? Okay, so number 9, question number 9. What advice did you ignore and you're so thankful you did?
So I didn't ignore it at first.
Okay.
With my firstborn, I went to the birth center, and there was a midwife that used to work there, and she said, "Oh, you don't need a birth plan because you're here. That's why you're here, right, at the birth center, because we're going to do all the things you would put on a birth plan anyway. You don't need a birth plan." I was like, okay, I guess I don't need a birth plan. I needed a birth plan. So
because they just tell you, like, this is what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to go. And then you're, I don't know, it's my first one. Like,
right.
Yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Yeah, no.
And you're signed up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
and then things happen, and you're like, oh, this is not what I wanted. Yeah. Or, there was ways that they handled the third stage of labor that were not what I would have wanted. It was a lot more augmented than I thought it was going to be.
I cannot wait. You have to come back. It's going to come back, guys, and we're going to do a full home birth edition.
I'm one of the
I'm
not totally crunchy, but I'm on the scrunchy road.
Home births are her thing, so
I love it. I support it. But so with my second, I did my birth plans, because people will say, "Oh, you don't need them," like whatever. That's pretty typical. But for me, it helped so much. I made a home birth plan. I made a hospital plan, a transfer plan, a cesarean plan, and a NICU plan for my second. None of them ended up being needed. It ended up being accidentally unassisted. And a midwife came like after Anna was born, like 10 minutes later.
Okay, we're going to have to hear that on the home birth story.
On the birth story one.
Yeah.
But I was so glad I had the plan, because I had already made decisions ahead of time of like what hospital I would want to go to and how I would want things to be handled, so that I wasn't having to make those decisions in the middle of labor. Yeah.
In the moment, or, drugged up, or, relying on your husband, who's also stressed, to speak for you, and then he doesn't say it right.
Right.
And then you get frustrated,
or that you're getting pushed and if I'm not fully convinced of what I want, I'm gonna get pushed over so fast. Like, you can convince me of anything.
I think I was more on the go with the flow kind of. I didn't really, I just, checked the boxes at the after birth was like, do you want the stuff on the eyes? And I was like, yeah, okay. What is that?
Right.
Okay. And they just assume that, like, they're all going to go the same, and everybody's different. And it's both times, both of mine were induced and overdue, supposedly. And
exactly.
Let them cook as long as they want. But I was pushed both times, like, okay, you're ready for a C-section. And then, 12 hours go by and you're on to the next doctor. And they're like, no, I think you still got time. You can still try. And then the next one comes in, nope, probably got to get it out. And I'm like, listen, y'all make up your mind. Right. Like, I don't want a C-section, like, this is not my plan. And
you want a team that's going to support you. Yeah.
And they're all just, you think they're all on the same page, and they all have their own opinion. So it's hard to balance that in the moment.
Right.
Okay. So question 10, what's one thing you didn't know or hear about pregnancy that no one talks about? So I already said mine, which was pelvic floor therapy.
Yeah.
What's
a big
one thing that you didn't really know about?
For me, it was a vitamin and mineral depletion that goes on.
Oh, okay.
Because I've heard before, like, oh, you should space out your pregnancy so your body has time to recover. Period. Like, never really hear, what do you mean recover?
Yeah.
Do you mean like my vagina? Do you mean my uterus? Do you mean, but the minerals and your nutrition are part of that too. Like, my first two were 19 months apart, and I had a much harder time keeping my iron up in that second pregnancy because it was closer to that first pregnancy. My iron was so depleted. And this one too, I'm on so many vitamins right now.
Okay.
Because I'm like, having 3 pregnancies close together, it's like your body will pull what it needs for the baby from you.
Yeah.
Baby will be fine.
And then you're left to, get the short end of the stick and try to figure it out.
Exactly.
I did not know that. So that's good. That's something else I didn't know. Yeah. Like, you hear that. Okay, you have to wait 12 months and then you can start trying again. And that was what we did. We waited till Lacey was 1. And then we're like, okay, well, I want them close together, not 2 under 2 like you, right. But that's just how yours worked out. And if ours had worked out that way, then fine. But, they were 26 months apart. So they're right at 2 years.
Good spot.
Yeah. But, your body's still recovering. So, those people that, have them back to back, I bet they are going through the same thing you're going through too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, so this baby will be how many months, years apart from Anna?
26 months.
26
months.
Oh, okay.
Right in there. Yeah. I was like 2 years and 2 months. So,
okay.
Yeah, right in there.
Okay.
So they'll be a little bit farther apart, but not much. Like you're saying, like, it's still good and close together.
You get all those stories of people with like 4 under the age of 5 and 3 under the age of 5. Hey, that's gonna be you.
No, it will be.
If Joey listens to this, that's gonna be y'all. So
that song "Angels" by Jack Johnson. It's like he's talking about his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. He's like, she can make angels. I've seen it with my own eyes. You got to be careful when you got good love because the angels just keep multiplying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they do.
That's you guys. All right. Question number 11. What is the most challenging part mentally during pregnancy?
Part of it is how surreal it all is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel, especially with my first 2, I was in shock until I was holding them in my hands.
Right. Yeah.
I had so disconnected.
Me too. I remember sitting there in my OB's office and I'm just like bawling, crying when I was maybe 4 or 5 months. Like, I'm just not connected to the baby. I don't feel like anything's in me. And, I feel like that's right before you feel them kicking and you feel like the movement. But even then you're still like, okay, this is just uncomfortable.
It's like an alien.
Yeah. And then once you are actually holding them, it's like, okay, this shit just got real.
Right. Like I have to raise you now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's probably what I think about more than anything in pregnancy is like, what is it going to look like to raise this baby, this person?
Yeah.
In addition to also raising the ones I already have.
Yeah.
Like, how do I do this well? How do I look at this one as an individual? Yeah. How's the love going to grow? I had that a lot with my second. Like, my heart is already I already feel like I'm giving 100% to my firstborn. How do I give more?
I think that's what Steve struggles with too. My husband, he's like, we have 2 and how can we make space for any more? Like, how can we, and before Liam was born, we love Lacey so much. Like, how can you, and then here we are. And it's like, you find ways to love on both of them.
Yeah.
It's hard at the same time.
It is.
But
it's hard because it's different for each one too. Just the dynamics and everything. But
and then you find that one-on-one time and it makes it that much more special.
Yes.
I agree.
The love can grow.
Yes. Mentally.
Capacity can grow.
Yeah. Figuring out, how can we raise these kids and still balance everything mentally.
Yeah. Love them and love each other.
Yeah. And make time for ourselves and our husbands.
Yep.
Okay, question number 12. What would you tell a first-time mom who's just found out she's pregnant?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Good luck.
No, I think as like a piece of advice outside of just like, congratulations, that's amazing, you're a mom or whatever, would be to find a care team that really supports you mentally, emotionally, physically, as a person. I think why I home birth now and what kind of scared me off of, I had an OB with my first, and for half or 2/3 of my pregnancy. What kind of scared me off of that was that it wasn't, I just felt like a number. I just felt like I was getting pushed down this pipeline of, like you were saying, like they're just doing the protocol that they do for everybody.
Everyday, routine for them. They just come in. This is their job. This is what they experience every day. So when I had those nurses that like took the time, I thanked each one of them individually, like took the time to like understand my needs and what I wanted. Those nurses made the birthing process so much better.
Yes,
the doctors would come in and they'd say one thing, look at you and be like, okay, these are the boxes you need to check. This is where you're at. Like, you're not ready to push. It's like, okay, but how do I get there? And then you have the nurses are amazing.
They are.
Like,
yes.
And doctors
can make or break an experience.
Yes. Doctors are great. Thank you for being there to catch baby.
Yeah, cut me open if I need it. But
my experience was like, I don't need the doctor that I've had this whole time, which was crazy because my second born, Liam, was the doctor that I had seen the whole time. But I was prepared, like, anybody can catch a baby. Like, it's going to come out. But the support you had in your room the whole time leading up was what made the difference. Like,
absolutely.
So finding that support system. I agree. Telling a mom. And then, they talk about like Northside Hospital, which I'm sure is wonderful.
The baby factory.
Yeah.
I've heard good and bad things. That's what I was originally going to deliver at Northside with my OB. And I'd heard too many bad stories. And I was like, I don't want to do that. But I've heard good stories too. So I don't want to knock them too hard. But
I've heard both sides. And, if that's what you're looking for, you're ready to get in and get out, like, go to Northside. Like, that's what they're supposedly known for. And no knock on them, but like, that's just how they do it. And you just have to do your research, find out what fits your schedule, what fits you and your life.
And if you do want a labor that has more interventions, or if you are going for cesarean, that's the place to go, because they do it all the time, all day, every day.
Yeah, right.
They're
experienced, and not that Emory isn't or anywhere else, but like, they're known.
Yeah.
So
renowned. But depending on what your goals are, and like I said, are just making, if your birth plan, if your idea of like what would be a safe environment for you, I think that's something that doesn't get talked about, even in like the quote, like natural birth space or, hospital. If the hospital makes you feel safe, that's the safe place to birth.
Yeah.
If home makes you feel safe, that's the safe, like your body feeling safe is the most important thing. And finding whether that's a particular hospital. I know there's some in the Atlanta area that are going to be that lean more unmedicated, more, physiological birth than others. So researching that, figuring out what's a good fit for you. If you have a nurse come in who's giving you a hard time and they're not making you feel safe, kick them out. Like, or a doctor or whoever, like,
we were there 5 days. When we were there 5 days, and I had one nurse during a shift that I was like, this lady is cuckoo. Like, she don't talk to her. She just needs to come in, do her thing, and get out. Like, she just was like telling me her life story, and she was just too involved for me. And then she made a comment when she was like putting something in my IV, and she was like, oh wait, I was supposed to wipe that first. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
Steve, did you hear that? I was like, and after she left, Steve was like, did she just say that out loud? I was like, yes. And then she continued to do whatever she was doing. So hopefully everything's okay. Like,
fingers crossed.
Wait, what? Yeah. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't say something like that out loud.
Yes.
So,
and for me, like, even in pregnancy, like, I work with a midwife team, and I've come to that, like, recently. I had to share with them. So I've just been struggling with this idea of relying on other people. I really have a hard time with that. I don't like it. I have a hard time with trust. And I told my midwife, I was like, including you guys, like, I'm having a hard time with the idea of being in labor and having to rely on you.
Yeah.
And she received it. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. It's, those situations you have to trust people sometimes. Yeah. And she was so sweet and comforting. And she's just like, I'm so proud of you for sharing that with me. Like, I think it's really important that we talk about this. And
good.
Like, we want to be there for you. Like, don't think we don't want to be there for you.
Yeah.
And
I think people who are midwives or doulas, like a teacher, well, I don't know. I won't say that about teachers, because some teachers that's their last resort and that's where they're at. But the good teachers, they are there because they truly love the kids. They they don't care how much they're getting paid. This is what they want to do. Yeah. They want to change the world with these little tiny people. I think doulas, nurses, midwives, they want to be there for you, like you just said, truly, like honest opinions and honest help and support, because that's just their dream there. So I think that's great that you have that right now.
It's been a real blessing, like more than I anticipated, for sure. Like being that emotional bolster, which you don't necessarily come to expect from your prenatal care provider.
Yeah. Or just a stranger, At the end of the day, they are strangers until you get to know them. And all right, guys, I'm actually going to stop the episode right there. Thank you guys for tuning in to the first half of our Real Talk with a Tuckered Mama. We did 20 questions with Mary Dominski during the pregnancy edition of this episode. I'm going to pause it right there because honestly, guys, I have a lot on my plate this week. We have my son's first birthday is coming up. I had to go to a funeral for my grandfather this past weekend, and I just feel a little bit behind. So this is a perfect example of when I need to take a break and listen to my own advice and do what I can in a day. So the episode's actually 2 hours long. I'm going to pause it right here, and we will pick back up with those last 7 questions next week. I hope that you guys enjoyed the first 13. Please let me know if you guys are feeling this, if you're pregnant, if you're a mom to be. I really want to hear from you guys, and be sure to follow along on Instagram because I will be taking polls on the upcoming episodes that I have in my queue. So I want to hear from you on some of the feedback for the questions that I'll be reviewing. All of my podcast episodes, I have been really trying to make sure I have my research and my facts and really organized so that I'm here to present to you guys a great episode to listen to. So you might catch me, reading over my notes or looking down at my phone. But hey, that's what this is about. Like, I'm not perfect. This is not, a news report that I'm staring at the computer and reading perfectly from a teleprompter. This is my real, honest mom life that I'm sharing with you. And I can't wait to pick back up the other half for you guys to listen to with Mary Dominski in part 2 of my new segment, 20 Questions with a Tuckered Mama Pregnancy Edition. Thanks, guys, for listening. From one Tuckered Mama to another. See you next time.